Hi again folks, how's all doing? Well, here's a pretty thing, literally. This is a Hornby Class A3 Pretty Poly in BR Blue. This was sent to me by Neil, who also sent me the county class I've just worked on. He was the guy who donated the Hellion rail bus to me a while back, by the way. Anyway, he says that this was a present for his 72nd birthday recently, and it ran fine till one day it stopped, but the motor kept spinning. He found that the pinion gear had come off. He tried gluing it back on, but it came off again, and now he sent it to me to sort out. Let's turn on the power. Yep, whirring away, but now else happening. Let's shove Pretty Polly into the shed, and we'll sort her out. Alrighto then, a blue A3 Pretty Polly. I do like a blue locomotive. This looks to be in excellent condition. Let's have a look at the locomotive first. Nothing broken or missing. A wee bit of excess oil here and there. I've got some crew in there. This is tender drive, of course. Looks like there aren't any pickups. It's only picking up current through the chassis, passing it through the drawbar. We've got the sprung drawbar again. That allows the tender to be close coupled but still move about, going around the curves and stuff. Wheels are nice and clean except for the front bogie wheels. They could do with a wee wipe. But other than that, the locomotive looks tip-top. So I don't think there's going to be much for me to do there. But we'll see once we get it running. The fun is going to be in the tender here. I'm guessing that's the pinion gear rattling about. And I'll also guess that it's an alloy gear that's done its usual party piece of failing. Let's open it up and find out. Yeah, there it is. There it is, the alloy gear. They don't split. I'm not quite sure what happens to them. They just seem to fall off. So I've got a brass one here, so we can fit that instead, and that'll stay put. The motor appears to be in pretty good nick. Commutator's not too dirty, in fact it's pretty clean. But I think we'll give it a wee service anyway. I'll maybe not film that. Oh, but a wee foreign object there. What's that? Something caught in the clip. Looks like a wee bit of plastic. We'll get rid of that. So yeah, we'll strip the motor down, give it a clean and some fresh oil. But I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. There's maybe a wee bit excess lubrication in there, so we'll clean all that out. So we'll pop the motor out. Just unplug that. Then we get the screwdriver down in there. Push the wheels from underneath. And it should come out. It can be a devil to do, these ones. Come on. This one's not wanting to go. I need to get the motor out from the frame, not just to service it, but also to put the gear on, because I need to get the motor into the vise to put the gear on. There we go. The trick there was to put the screwdriver in and twist the screwdriver. That opened the clip up. Yeah, we've got a bit of oil to clean out. But other than that, all looks fine. So, take the gears out. So, get those out. And there's that little bit of plastic. Off it comes. Yeah, bit too much oil in here. So I'll give this a bit of a scoosh. Okay, it's all cleaned up. Right, we'll pop this back on, like so. We'll give the spindles a wee scoosh. And we'll be going over with a manky brush. And then we shall fit the gear. These pinion gears, the hole is bigger on one side than it is on the other. So it will kind of push on initially, and if it doesn't go on, you've got it the wrong way around. Turn it around and it just goes on like that. Now to get that on, what I do is take a little nut with a little bit of black tack and just stick it on like that. So I'll put this in the vise, and the vise will push the nut and push the armature shaft there, and that'll push the gear on. So I'm going to position this in the vise very carefully, just so I can make contact with the end of the armature shaft and that nut, and then press the gear on like so. Just keep squeezing until the gear is where you want it to be. And there we are. That's the brass pinion gear fitted. We'll get some oil behind it. A bit of fresh oil in there. Don't need very much. And we'll get some fresh moly grease onto those spindles. Right, I'm just skipping forward a bit. I've reassembled. You've seen me do ring fields often enough. Nothing new there. So let's just try this with the battery. Off it goes. Absolutely fine. We'll put a wee bit of gear oil on that pinion gear. Snaps in. It's a very tight fit. Plug this back on there. So there we go. Right. Seems fine. I think we'll give the front bogey wheels a wee clean, and then that'll be us. A straightforward repair. Actually, these drive wheels could do with a clean as well. There we go. Doesn't need anything else done to it. Job done. Okay, let's go and pull Pretty Polly out of the shed. Okay then, let's bring out Pretty Polly. So there we are, that's Pretty Polly back in action, a simple job of fitting a new brass pinion gear. These alloy pinion gears nearly always fall off for some reason. I think they must expand or were glued on or something, but it's a pretty easy job to fit a brass one using a wee nut and a vise or some sort of clamp. You could heat the brass gear up if you're having trouble getting it on, but I've never had to do that. A very nice looking thing in A3 and BR Blue, I have to say. I've actually tried bidding on a few of these on eBay, but never managed to get one. No doubt one will turn up at an exhibition or something at some point. Pity it's tender driven though, I'd really like a locomotive driven one of these. So I shall get this packed up and sent back to Neil along with his county of Bedford. Just to let you know, I plan to be at the Dundee exhibition this weekend on this Sunday, probably late morning at some point. So if you're there and you see me creeping about, please do come and say hello. Okay folks, catch yous later.